Okay, so basically this is just going to be hopefully a quick blog post. I'm really tired, so please excuse me if I at any point repeat myself or kind of just blank out for a second. I'm absolutely exhausted. I think when I left off, I was talking about how I'm staying with a friend in Jersey. I am still here, and actually, while I'm thinking about it, I do apologize in advance for any loud noises because of the fact that the house next door is having some work done, and they're they're not quiet about it. They've woken me up a couple mornings with their bullshit. But either way, I digress. So basically, where we left off, I was staying at a friend's house in Jersey, and I was talking about how the commute kind of sucks, which it does, but I can't complain because it's a place to stay, and I love the people that I'm staying with. They're good friends of mine. I've known them for 5 years, and everything's great. So that was, I want to say, Wednesday night that I posted that. So Thursday I had to work and it was my first day alone and oh my god, it was an absolute shit show. It really was. We use we use those ordering systems for our deliveries. So like Grubhub, Seamless, and Caviar. And right in the middle of our rush on, you know what? I'm gonna start before that. Right at 5:30, or at 5, my bad. Somebody called in and was apparently having some issue where they were supposed to be refunded for something from the last time that they ordered from us, and that never happened. So I was working with him and trying to figure that out. And then there was somebody who called in right after that who, wanted this, that, and the other things that weren't on our delivery menu, wanted to place their delivery order through me, which not allowed to do because we don't have our own delivery drivers. Everything has to go through one of those 3 ordering systems because of the fact that we don't have our own delivery drivers. And this lady just was not getting that. I asked her to use the apps, and she refused. She's like, well, I'm in the store. I can't do that. Okay, that doesn't matter. And I told her, well, if you want to place it through me because you can't do any of the apps, it's going to have to be for pickup. And she was fine with that. And if these motherfuckers could stop being loud as fuck, I would be really happy. Sorry. As soon as I post this, I'm gonna go take a nap. So them doing this nonsense and sorry. But so this lady is just absolutely nuts. That's the only real way that I can put it. And she's like, well, I want this and this and this and this, and everything that she wanted wasn't on our delivery menu. So I'm, writing everything down, telling her, I'm gonna have to check with the manager to see if I can put it through from the regular menu since it's for pickup and not for delivery, or if that's unacceptable. So she starts asking me if the owner's there, and I'm like, well, unfortunately, no, he's not. He had to leave right before service started. But if you give me your name and your number, I'm gonna go talk to a manager. Either I can call you back, I can have a manager call you back. I mean, I know guest recovery. I worked at Disney. I know guest recovery tactics. That's not a problem. And so she was like, what's your name? And I told her, I was like, well, my name's Becca. And at this point, I knew what she was doing. I knew that she was gonna either talk to the owner or call and talk to one of my managers. And right after I got off the phone with her, I one of my managers actually happened to be standing right there. Kind of told her everything that was going on, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go call this lady, or we'll sort it out." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. Thank you." And she comes back like 10 minutes later, and she's like, "Oh, that could not have gone more perfectly. Like, while I was on the phone with her and she was throwing a fit, the owner called and was like, 'Don't give her anything that's not on the delivery menu. Don't give her anything that, we wouldn't give anybody else who needs delivery,' everything like that." And apparently, like, this lady had called the owner, or texted him, or got in contact with him somehow right after she got off the phone with me and was like, "That Ecker girl's a flake." And it's like, motherfucker, I'm doing the best that I can. Like, you are asking me for shit that, one, we don't have on our menu, two, isn't on our delivery menu for the shit that she wanted that was on the menu. And, like, I was just trying to work with her. I really was. And so when my manager was telling me about all this and how this lady was acting to her, and like the owner calling and saying, "Don't give her anything that's not on the menu," everything like that. She told me that like this was some Wall Street lady that used to be like our owner's landlord, and she's one of those that like if she stomps her feet and screams and cries, she thinks she'll get what she wants. And I mean, that's New York City. Like, that there are people out here that act like that because, oh, I make this much money, or no, I do this and I should get whatever I want. But that's not the case. And I mean, maybe it was a little culture shocky to me just because of the fact that, like, I'm from the Midwest, and I mean, even our mean people aren't that mean. Well, at least the ones that I've dealt with so far as my different jobs in the service industry have gone. Like, they're not that mean. And I don't know, that all sorted itself out, whatever. But then from like 7:40 to like 9:20, two of our three companies that we use, like, their servers went down on their end. And this is like, if you don't work in the service industry, or you don't really pay attention when you go out to eat, because I mean, I get it. I don't really pay attention when I go out to eat. I'm too busy thinking about food. But if you don't know, like, that's probably about like the busiest time in restaurants is between like 7 o'clock and 8:30, 9. And so this all goes down. And I've got people calling me left and right. I've got delivery drivers coming in like, "Where's this order? Where's this order? Where's this order? Where's this order?" And I'm like, trying to figure everything out. Was explaining to all these guests, well, Grubhub and Seamless's system went down. We can't access anything. We don't have, like, sorry, we don't have your order. Because, like, motherfuckers, stop. You're being loud as shit. What the hell? Sorry. Again. But so I'm telling all these guests, like, I'm sorry we didn't actually get your order because, our system's down. And I was trying to kind of walk them through the process quickly because I've got drivers to my left yelling at me for shit, and I've got people on the phone yelling at me for shit. And I mean, everybody in-house was fine because they understood what was going on. But the guests and the company, there are problems there. So, and of course, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, but do shoot the messenger, because who the fuck else are you gonna blame? Whatever. I'm not that concerned. But, like, that was basically my entire first night, was just, like, customers yelling at me and delivery drivers yelling at me and me just kind of sitting there like, it's my first night. And, I mean, I figure, for the first day, being alone and, having all the shit hit the fan at once, like, I feel like I did pretty well. And I did do pretty well, at least the way I see it. And my manager that was there when I left at the end of the night, she told me, like, it was a good shift, like, you did great. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I'll just say that much. So that was Thursday. And then Thursday night, I ended up spending the night at my coworker's house. Lily and Craig, if you're watching this, thank you. You guys have been super helpful. And so I stayed there because I got my first paycheck on Friday, but my direct deposit wasn't going to be set up yet, so I had to go and get the actual hard copy of the check. And it was just stupid for me to come back out to Jersey to have to traipse back in to the city on Friday. So I spent the night there on Thursday night, got my check, and then I was actually going to the Ace Frehley concert at the PlayStation Theater, or I guess it used to be called the Best Buy Theater. And I went there, and it was a fantastic show. I saw a lot of the KISS people that I know, a lot of them that I do like, some of them that I don't. And if you guys are watching this, I'm sorry. None of us like everybody in our KISS family. Some of us were just stuck with, you can't pick your family. And it was a fantastic show. I'm really glad that I got to say hi to everybody that I wanted to say hi to. The show itself was great. Ace was fantastic. You know, he not only hit the stage on time, he hit the stage early. Which, for those of you watching this that aren't KISS fans, there's a reason Ace isn't in the band anymore, and I'll leave it at that. If you want to know, feel free to go look it up, but I'm not going to spend, the next billion hours explaining every reason that Ace Frehley is not in KISS anymore. And the show was great. I was pretty drunk by the end of it. Thank you, David. I love you. And everything was fantastic. I stopped at the McDonald's in Times Square for dinner because at that point I just needed food in my system before I went and drank more. And then Friday night, I again spent the night at my coworker's house because even if I had, not drank after the show or anything, I wouldn't have made the train back to New Jersey. So I stayed with them again on Friday night, and everything worked out nicely. It was great. And then Sunday morning, Saturday morning, before I went to work, I went to some thrift shops to see, what they had. I need more t-shirts for work. Like, a lot of the shirts that I brought with me, because I was kind of almost expecting to actually have to go home by the end of this, or by the end of this month, I was kind of expecting to have to go home. I really only brought, like, a lot of summer stuff with me and, like, shit to go out and have fun. And like a couple t-shirts that I can wear to work. So I needed a few more of those, and a sweatshirt, a heavier sweatshirt than the two that I brought with me. And I didn't really find any at that store, so I basically said, fuck it, went back to my coworker's house, got ready, and went to work. Came back here on Saturday night, and then yesterday, I actually went back into the city and went thrifting again at a different store. And I got these awesome shoes. Yes, I'm wearing them, and yes, they're fantastic. I didn't realize that they were the colors of my favorite KISS member until after I bought them. But they are. So I refer to them now as my Spaceman shoes to go with my Spaceman pants. And then I got this awesome North Face for like $10. The shoes were $15. The North Face was $10. Little fucked up, but I'm not gonna complain. And it's got a fantastic hood that makes me look a little stupid, but fantastic hood. So that was my yesterday. And then when I came back last night, I ended up like going on a mini adventure up to like White Plains, New York, cause I could, and I did. And it was fun. And got to drive in New York, got to drive in New York, got to drive through the Bronx, and Mom, Dad, all my other KISS family and friends and everybody that I know that's like an extra parent to me, don't worry, I didn't actually get off the freeway in the Bronx. I just sailed right through. But it was nice to actually cross that borough off my list, since the only two that I hadn't hit as of yesterday evening were the Bronx and Harlem for obvious reasons. But that's basically that, and this video is like 15 minutes long at this point, so I'm so sorry. If you're watching to the end of it, I applaud you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, like that basically brings us up to today. I didn't really do much today. Got to see some super pretty shit out in, like, I don't know, somewhere in Jersey. Some like mountain something or another reservation. You can look it up on Google. I'm not that concerned. But it was really pretty out there. And yeah, I mean, I work a couple times this week. Really not going to be in the city aside from that because I'm running low on the funding until I get a real paycheck this Friday, because the paycheck I got last Friday was for like 1 day of work. That's not much. Just not. So yeah, again, as always, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the contact form on this webpage, what have you. That's how you can get in contact with me. If you have my cell phone number, feel free to text me. Anything like that. And yeah, that's that. I don't really have that much else to say, so I'm going to cut this short right here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This isn't easy. It's not. I left everybody and everything that I knew back in Wisconsin, but I honestly would not change any of this for the world. I really wouldn't. I'm so lucky to have the support system that I have out here, and that everybody that I know out here is rooting for me. So again, if you've ever considered doing something like this where you've just, wanted to get up and run, I say go for it. And especially if you're still young enough that you're still on your parents' insurance, because then you don't have to feel bad about leaving a job behind. So yeah, get in contact with me, however. I'm sorry I'm running out of shit to say at this point, and I'm sure you're sick of watching this, so I'm just gonna cut it short. Where's my mouse so I can press the fucking end button? Oh god, what did I do? Oh god, what did I do? Oh god, what did I do? I think my mouse is dead. Okay, whatever. I will catch you all on the flip side. Contact me however you feel necessary. I love you all, and I will see you next time.